Hey guys, this is the Leica Q3, a camera that I absolutely love. But there's also this one, the legendary Leica M11. And there are many people that say that this is just a gateway to the Leica M. So the question is, should you buy the Leica Q or just skip it and go to the M right away? Because not everyone can be as dumb as I and pay 15 grand for both of them. So let's find out. If you're a logical person, you would do a comparison right now. And you would quickly find out that the Leica Q has the better EVF, has autofocus, and is much more modern at all. So it's the obvious choice, right? Nope. It's absolutely wrong, because in this thing, you're not a logical person, because if you were a logical person, well, I think you would compare Nikon, Canon, Sony cameras at that point and not those money monsters from Leica. And this is where it's getting tricky, because you are not searching for a technically perfect camera. So let's say you bought the Q. You will always hear the voices that say that the M has this absolutely special user experience. And you wanted that special user experience. So you will always have doubts if this was the right choice. Let me help you which one of those two you should get, because it's not that hard. As I started using the M, I got one thing a lot, and that were blurry images. As a guide, I thought this is the thing, this is the only camera I should use. And I got on a trip and I wanted to take only this camera. For God's sake, my wife said, no, take this one as well, because I do not want to use this manual focus thing. Give me a camera I can use. And you know what? This was the camera I had a lot of fun with, and this was the camera that took the keeper. So without the Q, I would only have blurry photos from that trip. What I want to say with that is that as great as this M camera is, it took a lot of time and effort to get used to it. The Q, on the other hand, is usable like any other modern camera out there. So if you do not want to put time and effort into a camera system, well, this could be yours. Without putting all the time and effort into it, it's just a camera with a very special and very high price. And you know what? That very high price doesn't give you any special image quality that no other camera out there can deliver. Sounds like skipping the M, huh? Nope, that's not the case. Because I can tell you that today I got pretty accurate and very precise with this camera. And yes, it is the most special camera I've ever used. This is the camera that brings me most of the joy. And you know what? I cannot even describe why. That's the stupid thing with this. Maybe it's due to the fact that it's raw, that it's more, let's say, direct, that you feel that you're more in charge and command. I do not know. Maybe it's the sound of the shutter or the clicks of those dials, of the aperture ring. I don't know. I think it's a combination of many things that makes this camera so special. The fascination of the Q, on the other hand, is very easy to explain. It is a small, very good looking camera that's packed with all the technical features you can imagine these days. It has autofocus, a great EVF, even a flip screen. It is weather sealed and it has video capabilities, very good video capabilities. And then this lens. Actually, let me give you an example how absolutely gorgeous this lens is. This is a standard $5 bill. And this is an image that I shot with the Q3. And the first thing you can see is that there is no distortion on this image. I mean, this is something that you normally shoot with a 90mm macro lens, but I did it with a 28mm lens. And for a 28 with no distortion, that's really good. But that's not all. Of course, I mean, look at this. On the side here, you can't see anything, but there are things for security reasons. There are very, very small things on that bill, and you can't even see it here. So let's punch in. Can you see the fine lines, the writing on the side here? I mean, you can't see it on the bill, and you can't see it on this print that's not small. That means this lens in combination with the sensor is ridiculously sharp and gives you very fine details. That means you can print this thing really, really, really large. And with really large, I mean really large. So that shows you that this is a real powerhouse. Doesn't look good for the M, right? Well, but there's one more thing, as Steve Jobs always said. It's a small word that Leica haters hate and M owners praise, and that is user experience. And that is the point where I talk about if you should skip the Q and get to the M right away. So, if you always dreamed from the Leica M and the user experience, the manual focus, the quality, everything you ever heard about the Leica M, you would not be happy with the Q, because the user experience is totally different. It's very nice, it's very good, but it's not what you wanted and dreamed of. Skip the Q, get an M. Also, if you are afraid of that manual focus and you hope that this is basically that, an M, just with autofocus, skip it. It's not. And if you're searching for the mythical image quality that Nikon, Canon and Sony can't rival, well, skip them both. Did I really say that? Let me explain. Look, I do not say that it was never there. I'm sure it was, and that was in a time, well, many years before. Leica was light years ahead in the lens game. They manufactured better lenses than everyone else. But lenses are physics, and physics has an end. And we are coming really close to that end. And now the other manufacturers, well, they can build really great lenses as well. They're nearly at the point where Leica now is and where Leica very long was. Look, Leica still sells the 50mm Summicron, and that's a, I think, 30-year-old lens. And you can still use it, it's still pretty sharp and a nice lens. Try a 50 from 30 years ago from Minolta, Nikon, Canon. If you compare those, then you know where the mythical Leica look comes from. In the old days, Leica made lenses no one ever could match. So let's round this up. For everyone that's searching for the real Leica experience, the thing everyone was talking about for years, get the M. For everyone that wants the manual focus, that wants to experience that wants to experience a very small camera system, that wants to learn something new a modern camera can't give them, that maybe wants a camera that never gets old, course. I mean, there's nothing that could come into an M system that will never be autofocus or something. So you can be pretty sure if you get an M, well, you do not need the next one. There are not that many changes over time. If you're one of those guys, get an M. Skip the Q, pay those few bucks more. Well, many bucks more. This is the camera you want. Buy it once and be happy with it. So for everyone else that's searching for a beautiful, small, nice looking luxury camera that's capable of doing great image quality but can't live without all the technical extras that are not in this camera, well, this is yours. You're perfectly suited with this Leica Q camera. Don't even think about the M. If you can't live without the technical things that modern cameras give you, this is a nightmare for you. It will be a very, very expensive nightmare for you. Stay with the Q. It's definitely the better choice for you. I honestly love both of them. If I want to do serious photography, I often take the M. But that doesn't mean that this camera isn't able of doing serious photography. The thing is, I just feel it more with this one. I feel the connection with the manual focus, with all the settings you can do with the raw experience. This is the camera that I take if I'm going on trips or something like that. If I need a very reliable camera that's easy to use, that's lightweight, that definitely does the job but doesn't need all my attention, let's say. Technically, this is definitely a much better camera than this one. And with its weather sealing and the EVF that doesn't get broken if it gets hit somewhere a little bit, well, you do have much less headaches with this one. And if you want to know why I think that this Q is the best travel camera out there, here's a video for you. Thanks for watching.